like to just take a moment to connect with Newham, because you guys, you create some incredible human beings. I've been blessed in my life to have two teachers, both of whom have come from Newham and who have changed my life in incredible ways. So right now, can we give a huge round of applause to Newham right now, please? This talk has two parts, theory and practice. And I'd like to begin the theory with a question. The question is this: by a show of hands, who here today has ever had a problem, felt uncomfortable, answering the question, what do you do for a living? By a show of hands. Fantastic. Well, seriously, I'm glad I'm not alone, okay? And today I'd like to make the case that one of the most powerful things we can do to build our future resilience and brilliance is to make that question obsolete. It doesn't need to exist anymore, by embracing what I call the Creative Uprising. And in a nutshell, the Creative Uprising is a natural response to the times we live in. It's an invitation from life to be part of creating a better world. It's not about what you do for a living. It's about what you do to live. It's about being valued for who you are, not for what you are. And to go a bit deeper into the Creative Uprising, we need to talk about diamonds. Because I'm sure that this very knowledgeable audience knows diamonds are created through years and years of intense pressure, transforming relatively worthless coal into an invaluable gem. And I believe that this same process has been happening to us, the human species. Especially over the last 200 years, we have endured fantastic pressures in the form of challenges such as famine, poverty, war, economic disasters, climate disasters, and resource scarcity. But here's the thing. I believe that these challenges, these pressures, have prepared us. Like a priceless diamond being polished and shaped, these pressures have meant our true brilliance is now emerging in the form of a creative uprising that is a surge of human creativity, resourcefulness, and potential just when we need it most. And there is evidence for this creative uprising all around, in movements like Avaz, Wikipedia, TED. We see it in examples like the 1 million+ people who will not let an exam result define their fate. Has anyone watched this video, by the way? Amazing. We see it in the 30 million+ people who agree with Sir Ken Robinson that schools kill creativity. We see it in the example of a young man who started in his bedroom with a camera and who now is one of the world's leading youth broadcasters. And we definitely see it in a TED Talk on finding and doing work that you love, which, as soon as it was uploaded to YouTube, was watched by 8,500 people every day for 3 whole weeks. And what all of these examples demonstrate, and countless others I could share with you, is that the old rules no longer apply. The old rules that were all about what you do for a living. The old rules that told you, go to school, get your grades, get a safe job, because that's the sensible option. The sensible option no longer exists because the safe job no longer exists. But you know what does exist? A revolutionary time. A time where, thanks to the likes of internet and smartphones, there have never been greater opportunities for you to share what you love with the world and be rewarded for it, and in the process, to make a huge difference. But it's also true that while that is fantastic news, we face unprecedented challenges. So we have to know how to build our resilience in these revolutionary times. And for me, the key quality that we have to master is creativity. Because creativity is the vital ingredient in synergy, which is our ability to do more with less, to create that which is greater than the sum of its parts. And how successfully we transform the challenges of today into opportunities for tomorrow will be defined by our synergy. And it is the quality of our creativity that will define how successful we can create synergy. So clearly, we need to be more creative. And how do we be more creative? It's going to sound simple. Be more creative. Honestly, I believe we each have a unique fingerprint because we each have a unique creative gift to share with the world. And the fantastic news is that this creative gift that's unique to us is also the very thing that will most bring us alive and most give us the satisfying life we each desire. And here's the thing, the more of us that share our unique creative gifts together, the greater will be the synergy we create. And that is why I believe that the single greatest contribution you can make to creating the better, more resilient world we want to see is to live what you love. Fearlessly, joyfully, and without compromise. And be a part of the creative uprising as only you can. So that's the theory. Now for the practice, I want to share with you something I've created today. It's how I live the creative uprising. And before I do it, I need to check one thing. By a show of hands again, who here agrees that every speaker who's graced this stage has shared amazing resilience gifts? By a show of hands. Amazing. It's all of you. Fantastic. It's unanimous. And I'm really glad because I've been wowed. And my role is to really make sure that you guys can take home as much of the inspiration, education, and transformation from today as possible. Because my job right now is to wrap up the highlights of a day when resilience truly did shine bright, just like this crystal, an inspiring vision for sustainable living, so that from the desecration of old unfolds a new beginning. And after giving him an appropriate welcome, Mac stepped to the stage, inviting us to consider what resilience means to each of us today. Resilience, it stays in our memories and in the roots of the you, providing power to the people and showing how we each can renew. Because it's true, we've all stepped in poo. We've all had splashback. But now, into the eye of the storm, we must ride and rise right back. And after Mac's stirring beginning, Jo Negrini spoke on why Newham and the Docklands are such a source of pride and hope. She notes that the council's role is to make real this resilience topic by ensuring there's jobs and that people have cash in their pockets. It seems there's no stopping Newham and East London's rise now the Olympics and Westfields have opened people's eyes. Jo reminds that if we want to see resilience's elevation, it must be top down, bottom up, and celebrations. Now, Richard Reynolds, he loves the detritus around the edge. So to his beloved Elephant and Castle, he made a pledge to beautify a landscape made up of buses and roundabouts. He realized it didn't just have to be late night sneaking out. It turns out, guerrilla gardening's benefits are many and blatant. You might meet a celeb or your wife while you pimp your pavement. Now, from Becky's video, we learned that even if homeless, hope always finds a way. It's such a perfect reminder of why we've gathered today. And after the break, Selena gave us the Hitchhiker's Resilience Guide, how diving into the unknown can enrich our lives. You might want to scope out the shoes as a kind of security check and know it's about asking the right questions and how you choose to connect. Selena suggests connected community is key to our resilient force, and with the right attitude, environment, and skill, we'll care for our source. Leo asked, do we have the right to optimism? Can things get good? Well, after his Toys R Us forage, he believed that they could. He wanted us to know that we each are Schumacher's cows, and we must engage with life to discover the how. The most boring slide in the world can be inverted so that the strange new mushrooms of the future can start to be nurtured. Next, we heard from stories of Newham from Ethel and Tamsin. Any community can be resilient. That's their understanding. Because in Newham's most isolated spot, there's amazing momentum and more, with mums and toddlers thriving and neighbours knocking on each other's doors. What's in store? Well, Ethel's amazing kind of greed, where a library, aquarium, and farm can meet the community's need. And from Majora, we heard that if a triple bottom line can be achieved, we can discover the new black by fighting back and turning the ghetto green. And after lunch, we gained momentum from an amazing community choir who came with a message that truly inspired. Whoa, we are full of wonder. And we're going from high to low to way beyond the limitations placed upon us. We're on a journey to be free. From Newham to the world sings has helped us believe. And now, Arthur reminded us not to forget our spark, because it's from rock bottom that we find our way to make our mark. Arthur's start was spark and metal, and now Discoverables helps others to raise their level. And this isn't just some gamification fad that will die. It's building real skills so that our youth can thrive. Essex boy Andrew says that we can cancel the apocalypse because good land is the place we all can live. His suggestion is that Tina is not the only way, because we are the hope and we are Dave. I'm sorry to take away the idea that this is mere utopianism, because examples throughout the world prove it's a reality and vision. Faith spoke of the dark of a gang and the light of a church, of an organization that always ensured love came first. She serves, using fashion to connect the disrespected, to heal the disengaged, the broken, and the disrespected. And none of us expected the beauty of the pieces that were shown, but we'll remember to push through the pain so our dreams can grow. Saatchi's got big ideas for the Royal Docks, and it's thanks to the Trinivantes she believes Newham has got, that feistiness that makes it what it is today. And to win your bride, remember, a rock is the way. Saatchi says that because cities are speeding up, we must ensure the opportunity and danger even up. We've become wolves of the East, so hear us howl! We're empowered Stone Age humans for the here and now. Next, Gamer Jane gave us the gift of life. On your deathbed, will you know you've lived it right? It's time not to sit still, because we can all be super better. So from today, have the courage to play games together. Now, Michael came with the inescapable fact that natural disasters are so frequent, we kind of no longer react. And because cities will have to cope with even more severe conditions, urban resilience must become our mission. Now, Plan B, he believes that Newham's multiculturalism is the key to its greatness, and that those who are deprived just need the right guidance to make it. And that's why he created Each One Teach One with its mentoring mission, because to make a difference, you don't need to be the mayor, you just need the vision. Listen, it's a state of mind. And the more who serve together, the more our resilience will forge a brighter forever. And whether you're a poet, a chef, an accountant, or a singer, you are the Creative Uprising. Now is the time to bring the gift of your soul to the whole of the earth. Because you being you is the best way to serve. Because the purpose of life, it's whatever you want. Whoever you are and wherever you're from. Because your talent is strong and your heart is pure, and your imagination is the key to open the door. And you can be sure, whatever comes in this life, that your spark lights up the dark like a thunder strike. So it's time to underwrite our future's wealth, which is found in connecting with the wisdom of your truest self. And the proof is held in your boundless soul. It's the deepest calling of your proudest goal. So loud and bold, let your voice resound, announcing to the world that your joy you found. And from the sacred ground of your creative space, you found the ways to celebrate the race, embracing your power, shining your light, being that flame for which others can learn to ignite. Because the time is right and the moment's now for uniting together and discovering how we as a people can heal our planet, can build resilience and restore the balance. Now, it forms from talent, but it starts in a place much nearer, which is knowing the heart of the face in the mirror. It can't be clearer. We are the stories we choose to create. So let's be the synergy of a story that's great.